How does it feel to know that you have been such an influence to so many different women?
It feels amazing. It feels like I'm finally doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's an amazing feeling to know that I am inspiring women to speak out and get healed, letting them know, there is no shame in what you've been through. And there are other women out there who have been through it and who have survived it. And it feels good to know that God has placed me here at a time as this to inspire women. And so it makes me really happy, really happy.
At the age of 28, would you have seen yourself here? And if not here, where would you have seen yourself? What do you think would have been?
Definitely didn't see myself here. I've always seen myself this young, timid girl who was afraid of everything, afraid to speak. Um, there were times I saw myself dead. Just never thought I would be in a place where God is using me to help others. Never thought I would be in a place where I could speak about my abuse, because there was a time I couldn't even say the word molestation or abuse. And so it's by the grace of God that I'm here, and I'm glad that I'm here, because there were many times I tried to commit suicide because of the pain, but God did not allow it. And so just to know that He gave me a chance to do what I'm supposed to be doing, to do His will, and I count it a privilege and honor because He chose me. Never saw myself, speaking to audiences, because I've always been this shy person who didn't like to be in front of crowds. So to see where I am now and to see where I was, it was only by the grace of God. And I'm just totally grateful to Him, because He kept me through it all, through the pain, through the trials, through everything. And it's just good to be in a place where I can love me. I'm happy with who I am, and I see myself with worth. I'm valuable, and I've never seen myself in that light before. And it feels good to love who God created me to be.
In your speaking to churches and to groups of people, you've talked about forgiveness being one of the main ways of freedom. What would you tell your the person who victimized you at this point if he was sitting next to you?
I would tell him, I forgive you for all the things that you put me through, how you've hurt me for all these years, how um, the abuse controlled my life for the most part of my life. I would tell him, I forgive you and I love you. Um, and I pray, that God um, helps you to deal with your issue. But just tell him you're forgiven.
The last time you saw your the person who victimized you, how did you feel?
I felt comfortable. I felt good. I felt a confidence that I've never felt before being around him. I didn't feel uneasy. It was just like he was there, but he wasn't there. And it felt good to not be controlled by my emotions, by him being in the same room with him. It felt good, and I know that it was because of God and his healing power that I could be in the same room with him and not feel overwhelmed. And it was amazing how I felt comfortable, but I could see, him and him being uncomfortable. And it was such a difference. It was a change. It was like the situation changed, and it felt good.
What's the one thing that you would tell or that you want someone looking at this video who's been through what you've been through and is scared of opening up and speaking? What would you tell them? What's the one thing that you want them to know right now?
It's not your fault. It was never your fault. You don't have to be ashamed. And you are not alone. And I don't care how badly you've been hurt. There is always hope for healing. And I can tell you that because I've been healed and I know the healer. And he is there waiting with open arms to take on that yoke, that burden that you have, and he will heal you and he will take care of you. And just know, like I said before, you are not alone.